and welcome to the live music showcase every Friday, 2 to 3, right here at the studios of WMNF. I am your host, Bobby Dusenberry, and I am so happy to welcome Born Lonesome. And now we're going to let the music do the talking. So what song are we going to hear, guys?
The name of this song is Barely Hanging On. When I was a young man, I thought I'd rule the world. I danced with the devil, whiskey pills and girls. Every day gets harder, now the youth is gone. I'm still here, better hanging on. I'm still here, never went away, clinging to my yesterday. Fighting hard, but not as strong. I'm still here, barely hanging on. Sometimes late at night, Lord, I still hear her pray. Please, dear God, protect him, even though he's in the wrong. I'm still here, Mama, barely hanging on. Coming soon when I run out of steam, and they lay me in the box of pine and throw dirt over me. And I know that I'll be right here singing in lonesome songs with my guitar, barely hanging on. I'm still here, never went away, clinging to my yesterday. Fighting hard, but not as strong. Yeah, I'm still here, barely hanging on. I'm still right here, barely hanging on.
Wow, that was just great. And I'm going to let the folks know that we are streaming live on Facebook. We had some problems in the beginning of the show, but I can say we are streaming live on Facebook. So if you just go to WMNF Live Music Showcase and give it a like, and you will see it live. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I know, right? I know. Sorry.
You're in trouble now, Bobby.
It's turned off, but I'm not sure how all that works. So again, we are streaming live on Facebook, and tonight it will be uploaded on YouTube. So you'll be able to see it once again tonight in case folks are not Facebook listeners. So in the band, let me introduce the band, and then we're going to get to another song. So on fiddle, we have Steve Durrwachter. Yes, I got it. And,
Very good.
And then on guitar, we got Jimmie White.
Yes, ma'am.
And on mandolin, we have Lamont Goff. All right. And next to, we have Chad Spikes on guitar.
Thank you.
And stand-up bass, we have Claybo Varnum.
That's right.
All right. And last but not least, our banjo player, Royce Burt.
To be here, thank you.
All right. And this is Born Lonesome on the live music showcase. And I think we should get right back into a song.
Okay.
So what are we going to hear?
This one here is called White Ford Bronco. This is an original song, Born Lonesome song. This one I wrote about an incident I got into when I was 17 years old, and my truck got stolen. With a little embellishments in the song. You'll know what those are when you hear the song. So, all right.
1, 2, 3.
In 1983, my pa passed down to me his old truck just had some seas aboard. Before he handed me the keys, he said, son, there's just one thing. Don't you ever let her out of sight, 'cause that's my pride and joy. But one dark and dreary night, it changed my whole life when two old boys trailed me to the store. And as I made my way inside, I heard a real nice ride as he cranked her up and put the pedal to the floor. And then he threw it into gear, and that engine pierced my ears as the glass patch roared and he dragged me down the road. And I pushed my way inside, I pulled my pistol from my side, and that's the last day of freedom I would ever know. It was a thunder cracking sound when I loaded off around, and when the blank stare he mumbled, man, what the hell you done? I said, you took the only thing that my father ever gave me. It was passed from him, from his to his only son. Now the only cold still sound is the jail doors locking down for what I did that night at old man Harper's store. It's a night I won't forget, but one I sure regret. Yeah, I killed a man for an old white Ford Bronco. Now 15 years has passed, I'm still looking through the prison glass at a boy who's now a man and just like me. He said next week I turn 16, and like you it's been my dream to one day take her on the road and run wild and free. I said, son, it ain't a crime just to take her for a ride, just as long as you don't take the same road I was on. And if you learn one thing from me, everything I come to be was lost that night for an old white Ford Bronco. The night he threw her into gear, and that Cleveland pierced my ears as the glass patch roared and he dragged me down the road. And to mind his surprise, that was the last day of his life and the last day of freedom I would ever know. Now the only cold still sound is the jail doors locking down for what I did that night at old man Harper's store. It's a night I won't forget, but one I sure regret. Yeah, I killed a man for an old white Ford Bronco. Yeah, I killed a man. I killed a man. I killed a man. Yeah, I killed a man for an old white Ford Bronco.
Powerful song. That was great.
Thank you.
So we are on the live music showcase every Friday 2 to 3 with Born Lonesome. And we are streaming live on Facebook and will be uploaded tonight on YouTube. And I'd like to thank Mark Perfetti for making it sound so good. Assisted,
Thank you, Mark.
yes, assisted by Richard Stone, Sean
Richard.
Green, and Eric Dina. And on video, so you can see us right now, is Bob Hoke, the director, and camera is Tom and Marcy Connors, along with Ed Lehman. And on the control board is Carlos Hernandez, and security is Townsend the Wonder Dog. So guys, I know you are a relatively new band in our wide Tampa Bay area. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how long you've been together for and kind of how that happened?
All right. Well, first of all, thanks for having us. And, we love what WMNF does for the community, and especially for supporting local musicians and bands. So thank you. We really appreciate it. This band started back in late February, early March. So we haven't been around that long. I wasn't joking about not practicing that much, but, but luckily these guys are pretty good. I got a text one day, and these guys were having a little get together, and I didn't know them from Adam, and invited me over, and went over there, and we just started playing a few songs that we all knew, some old classic bluegrass stuff, and we hit it off right then and there. The chemistry was just great. I mean, it was so good. I forgot all the lyrics, and I cried inside.
Were you auditioned then? Were you being auditioned?
I think
Is
so.
that
Yeah, I think that's what that was all about.
Yeah.
So
Myself and Jimmie White on the guitar over there, we kind of had a little plan together, and we had spotted Chad at a picking session, and we had talked to each other, and I told Jimmie at that time, I said, hey, I found us a great singer. We really didn't know Chad yet, but I could tell he was a nice guy. And then so me and Jimmie arranged a little picking session and had him over, and we were kind of testing him, and we had our other guy, Claybo, who was kind of already playing with us some.
He picked me up on the side of I-4.
Yeah,
Walking with my bass.
But the long story short, when Chad came over and sang with us the first time, we all kind of looked side-eyed at one another, and we knew, hey, this guy, we found us a diamond. So we built the band kind of around his central voice, and then we were able to pick up Lamont pretty shortly thereafter, and he's a crucial part of the band, and probably. We don't like to tell him because get his head too big, but he's probably the best musician in the band, and he really teaches us a lot and makes us all play a little better.
Wow.
So we're thankful.
I know he's seasoned musician for sure. You all are a very seasoned musician. Did you know how great a songwriter Chad was at that time?
I didn't.
I kind of did because I was doing a little research, and I saw all his many songs that he's written, and I listened. And he's very broad on not only doing bluegrass and country, but he's played some rock and different things and blues. So we knew that he was very versatile and very creative. So it was awesome. So it's also made us more creative because hey, original music's where it's at, and that's what we're about. So we're thankful to have all these guys. And Steve, I didn't mention Steve, but he's been one of my really close friends for a long time.
I'm a seasoned musician.
Yes, you are. We're going to talk about you in a minute. We're going to talk about everybody.
He's the silver fox down there. Okay. But he's a really wonderful friend, and we've played music in different groups and stuff over the years, and we think a lot of him too. And he's a great player in his own right. So we're thankful.
So Born Lonesome is newly born in February to March. So obviously they don't have the music out there yet, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and hear another song. What are we going to hear?
All right, we're going to do another original. This one was written by Mr. Claybo Varnum here. It's called Deacons of Mercy.
Bright as diamonds, skin lovely and fair. She was married to a drunkard who didn't know his place. The echoes of his violence left his markings on her face. She grew up in a small town neath the mountains' lofty heights. Mercy Baptist Church had taught her all her wrongs from her rights. We all knew she knew better than stay with that old boy. Starting over was Sunday, she'd drag herself inside. The back pew was a haven where her bruised up face could hide. The deacons of mercy had seen this long enough. That night they came together with business to discuss. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. But there's just some things a good man can't ignore. The decision was unanimous. They got abide with thee. The deacons of mercy. God Almighty shall soon the deacons send. Their warning was neglected, and with anger as his vice, the beauty of the young girl had to pay the price. Just a mile from the church, they lived in 19 Dollar Lane. And at 9 o'clock that Sunday night is where the deacons came. No one's seen or heard from him since that fateful night. Rest assured an end was put to that man's family line. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. There's just some things a good man can't ignore. The decision was unanimous. They got by with me. The deacons of mercy. Mercy Baptist Church had turned her wrongs into her rights.
And that is Born Lonesome with, of course, another new song. They're all new. So speaking of Born Lonesome, it's kind of a sad name, but it's kind of clever too. It's kind of fits into that whole bluegrass thing. I don't know why. It just sounds like a great bluegrass name. And here's their t-shirt for all the folks that are streaming live on Facebook. So how did that name come about?
Well, Bud sent out a list of about 20 different names, everything from Dixie Chopper Thunder to the Tallahassee Switch Gang, and he had all sorts of stuff.
Ned Naselman
and Blue Lonesome was the name we had thought about, and I think you and Lamont talked about it, and we came back to a practice, and it was, well, we're going to be Born Lonesome.
Yeah, there's a
and that was
song called "Born Lonesome" by I can't remember which band.
Cadillac Sky.
Cadillac Sky, and yeah, I thought it was kind of similar to what we had already come up with, and I was like, oh, that might be a cool name for a band.
Yeah, we're really not all that lonesome, but it's
no,
just
I know that.
It's a good vibe for a band, and it kind of matches the kind of music that we seems to be our strength, and that's
we do have some sad,
kind of dark,
songs.
sad. There's some of our songs. There's a lot of people getting hurt and killed in, so
yeah.
It's a good name for.
Well, and our alternate name was going to be Chatatron and a Puddle of Bluegrass. So we eventually settled on Born Lonesome.
All right.
Yeah. That's a tough decision, wasn't it?
It was. Neck and neck.
Well, it's a great name, and it's nobody had it too. That's the big thing nowadays, right? Is if somebody owns the name and whatnot. So we are listening to Born Lonesome right here on the live music showcase every Friday from 2 to 3, and maybe some folks are listening to us on the terrestrial radio 88.5. But if you are listening on Facebook or at WMNF.org or the phone app, there's a little tip jar there. And to keep this going every Friday and get new stools that maybe hopefully won't break.
I would just like a stool.
put a little something in the tip jar. That was Claybo saying that, and he's on upright bass, so you don't get one.
Yeah.
So. We are very, very happy that we are streaming live, and we can do so because we have a video crew with Bob Hoke as the director, Tom and Marcy Connors, and Ed Lehman. Thank you so much. And on audio, making it sound so good is Mark Perfetti, assisted by Richard Stone, Sean Breen, Eric Dina, and on the controls is Carlos Hernandez. Yes, got it all. All right, my name is Bobby Dusenberry, and you can find me on Mondays from 4 to 6 on WMNF Monday Traffic Jams. But right now, I am hosting Born Lonesome. So how about another song, guys?
All right, we're going to do another original. This one's one of our more happy songs. This is actually about growing up. I was born and raised in Tallahassee, up in the Panhandle, and just some really good memories that I had growing up. You know, playing, swimming on the Ochlockonee River, and hunting and fishing and all that fun stuff. So this is called "Days Long Gone."
Ready, fellas?
Yes, sir. Well, I grew up in Tallahassee, down on Cyber Tree Way, jumping and swimming in the old Ochlockonee River. That's where we played. We ride our bikes in the clay pit quarry so fast till the faces turn red. Then we climb to the top and leap on down to a match from a bicycle bed. Those were the days, them were the times, so long ago was on my mind. Those were the days, them were the times, I can't seem to get them off my mind. No, I can't seem to get them off my mind. Well, we'd all meet up about 9:30 at the Avalanche Cold Course line and hop right over the barbed wire fence to make the beat through the tall pines. Telling jokes about it, we have fun, stringing fish poles, small tree limbs. Then we head on down to the water hole to catch a bucket full of blue tip brim. Those were the days, them were the times, so long ago and on my mind. Them were the days, those were the times, I can't seem to get them off my mind. No, I can't, Lord, I can't seem to get them off my mind. Every Sunday morning about the break of dawn, Grandmama woke me out of bed, handed me a shotgun to shoot some squirrels to have with the gravy and eggs. Then we weeded in the garden and picked what was right for supper in the evening time, with some good old southern soul food and fresh picked off the vine. Them were the days, them were the times, so long ago but on my mind. Them were the days, those were the times, I can't seem to get them off my mind. No, I can't, Lord, I can't seem to get them off my mind. Oh, yeah. Once a year at the family reunion, we'd all gather round in the field, picking and agreeing to the bluegrass sound, dancing and kicking up heels. Bullfrog sitting on a lily pad, his song Grandmama would play, and the air would fill with the joy of laughter to the words of another day. Those were the days, them were the times, so long ago and on my mind. Them were the days, those were the times, I can't seem to get them off my mind. No, I can't, Lord, I can't seem to get them off my mind. No, no, no.
Very good. Born Lonesome right here on the Live Music Showcase. So let's see, we've got Steve on fiddle. And Steve has won not one, not two, but 3 fiddle championships throughout your years.
That was
right?
a few years back.
So it doesn't matter. And-
Competition one is tough back then.
No, that's very proud to do something like that. Very, very proud. And Jimmie also plays bass guitar. And I read that there's a lot of bands that come into town that need a bass player. And who do they call but Jimmie? Because when I saw you, it's like, I know I've seen you before.
Yes,
Definitely at the bluegrass festivals, for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have Lamont, who I read he's tuning, so that's okay. We want him to tune, or we all want you to tune. But you played in some Celtic bands and some traditional British Isles bands.
Yeah, I kind of fell in love with Irish music and Scottish music, so that's real important to me too.
Yeah. Do you think maybe Born Lonesome will, maybe you'll write a song with that kind of Celtic feel at all?
Maybe we talked about maybe doing a set of Irish tunes, like as an instrumental to kind of change it up a little bit. So yeah, we may very well work something up.
Very good, very good. And Chad is no stranger to the Tampa Bay area and the WMNF, as you were in the band Sawgrass Flats and played right here and for Heatwave back in the day. But this suits you really well right now. So glad you're back at it.
Thank you. Having the time of my life, let me tell you.
Yay.
Yeah.
And then we have, Claybo, who grew up with music.
I did. That's about the extent of my music career. I grew up with it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Your dad was a Baptist minister and a music teacher.
Yeah, still is.
Still is.
Yeah, he's a song leader.
Is he watching right now? You can give him a wave.
I don't know if Dad knows how to work Facebook.
All right. Well, you'll have to help him tonight.
Maybe he's listening somewhere in town. So.
All right. Well, tonight on YouTube, you can watch with him.
I'll show him. I'll plug it in for him.
Yeah. And your mom also was very much a musician.
Both of my families, a lot of music running through, so I'm the product of good timing and a lot of good genes coming to me, so I'm very thankful.
Yeah, you are.
And then again, last but not least, we have the banjo player, Royce. We always like to give banjo players a hard time, but you're a luthier.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
in fiddles.
I do a lot of old violins and restore them. I'm sorry, I do a lot of restorations of old violins, and I sell all over the world, actually. So basically, I take old violins and refurbish them and sell them to fiddlers, mainly fiddlers, but some classical folks too. And in fact, the fiddle that Steve is playing is one that I did for him not too long ago. That he makes it sound good, and
You better say something
enjoy
about
it.
it.
Yeah, so it's a passionate hobby that I've been doing for about 30 years.
Wow.
I enjoy that along with music.
Now, do you play fiddle also?
I do. I'm not quite as accomplished as Steve is, but I enjoy it, and we actually do some twin fiddling too. So we're not prepared to do any today, but in some of our shows you'll see me and Steve doing some twin fiddling.
And then maybe it'll show up on that album coming out.
Yeah,
soon.
I hope they show up to my wedding like we all planned on, and playing at my wedding coming up. So
We will be there, young
Claybo
man.
is getting married in early January. And,
yeah, told my fiance I'd say hey to her. So hi, honey.
There you go.
Wherever
You can do
you
shout
are.
outs anytime you
Wherever
guys
you
want
are.
to. Go ahead. Yes. All right. We are listening to Born Lonesome right now on the live music showcase. So what are we going to hear next?
We're going to do another original. These are all really new originals. This one was written by Royce down here.
Okay.
It's called Micanopy. Do you want to give the little backstory on it?
Basically, the story, it's based on history, and Micanopy was a Seminole chief during the Second Seminole War around the 1820s era, more or less. And the story depicts his life and what he was going through during that time when our forces came down. They were trying to eradicate Indians from the northern part of the state. So if you listen to the words, it kind of goes through what he was feeling and gives you a little bit of the history. So it's actually a really neat story based on history, Florida history.
And this month is Native American History Month, isn't it?
Yes, it
Coming-
is.
Yeah,
so
we'll-
hopefully
Perfect.
someone will like this and play it. But it's a neat
And if you're a Gator fan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we.
Man,
the way,
I have
thi-
not much
this-
to talk about, but I'm just saying.
This guy, he's a relative of mine on his mother's side.
Not
In
Micanopy.
my mother's
Child.
side, they're cousins. So Claybo is actually a kind of a distant cousin of mine, but that's where he gets that musical side. My whole family, we all played music probably because we didn't have anything else to do. But his people are very musical too, so it came from that side of our family. But about the song Micanopy, it kind of rubs him a little bit because he's an avid.
I like the town.
He's an avid Gator, which I won't hold that against him because they're kind of on top right now. So I just have to kind of smile. But I always say this is Claybo's favorite tune because he has to play it. It's about Seminole.
All right.
So here we go.
He lived back in the swamp with leather brown skin. He had worries on his mind about the white man moving in. He would hunt in the wetlands using tools he had made and provided for his family what was offered by the glade. With the first war behind him, full of scars on his skin, he hated what had become of his nation and his kin. Those vast wild lands, his people once roamed free, are now soiled by intruders of the great white greed. The beads on his glove, the tattoos on his chest reveal the rich culture this once proud man possessed. He was raised by his father, one day to be renowned. Micanopy would one day wear the tribal crown. As time moved along, the white soldiers moved in. He would soon turn his thoughts to what the future might send. Outnumbered and outmanned, Micanopy would soon see that the big plans he had made would never come to be. The swamp went scarlet red, the southern state, as he watched his brothers die, gruesome, violent fate. And now imprisoned by four walls, Micanopy would soon see the land that he fought for would never come to be. Beads on his clothes, tattoos on his chest, reveal the rich culture this once proud man possessed. He was raised by his father, one day to be renowned. Micanopy would one day wear the tribal crown.
Very nice. Very, very, very nice. So let's talk about this album that might be coming up soon. So what kind of process? Are you still writing songs
We're still
for
yeah,
it?
yeah, we are. So we have 6 written now. Actually, 7.5 actually. Now that I think about it. So yeah, we just have a little more writing to do.
How is that process working? People bring songs and
Yeah, I
Bring
mean,
songs in.
so it's new for us, right? In the
Yeah.
sense of
together, the chemistry is so good. These guys are like coming up with stuff now. Claybo just wrote another one called 24 Lefevre.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I've got one called Ghost of the Swanee, which is it's kind of a spooky. It's a good song. We've got a few more. So the process is that we just bring them to the table. If they sound good, we keep them. If they don't, we haven't had one that came to the table that we didn't like, that we couldn't work together to, to make better. And and I think the authenticity of these guys and us being, every one of them, they'll tell you how they feel. They're all pretty straightforward. So it helps with the creative process. Right. So nobody's holding back, and it just allows for good creativity and positive outcomes. So so we'll get in the studio. And get things ready here in the next 2 months. We've already been planning, so. All right. Yeah.
Very exciting, very exciting. So let's talk about your gigs real quick, and then we'll mention them, right before the end of the show. So congratulations. You're going to the 40th annual Thanksgiving Bluegrass Festival at Sertoma Youth Ranch. 40 years, and we just turned 42.
That's
so 40 is very magical year here. And you're going to be playing with Larry Cordell, Lonesome River Band, Joe Mullins, and of course local band Gypsy Wind. Yes. So I just the schedule. I don't even know if the schedule just came out, and you are playing at noon and 4:30 on Saturday.
Okay.
So you're going to be opening up the festival.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
On Saturday. Well, on Saturday.
On Saturday. That's great. Yeah. That's fantastic.
And then you play again at 4:30.
Okay, that's good news.
So yes, very, very exciting. And the band sounds great from Billy. So we have folks that are tuning in on Facebook. And if you are doing that, go ahead and share it. And we want to get these guys out into the social media world since they are relatively new.
Thanks, Bill.
If you're just tuning in, they only formed back in February of this year. Born Lonesome, we're listening to right now. And another gig you have is December 7th at the Florida Opry in Plant City. Yep. So that's great. That's December 7th, and then the Florida State Fair. Gotta love the fair. So you're playing, that's February 6th and 7th. And one more gig, which is a really nice one also, for being such a relatively new band, is you're playing at the Winter String Summit Bluegrass Festival in Kissimmee, February 28th and 29th.
Yep. Right? Volume 5, Adam Steffi's new outfit that he's in. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. That's great.
Congratulations on all of that. Because, again, you got some big gigs here for being a relatively new band.
Our most important gig, though, is his wedding that we got to play in early January. So we got to learn a few new songs.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to me be standing there and them play on the side.
We're going to get him up there.
We'll figure it out. I won't be.
Well, Jimmie, you got 2 guitars. Maybe we get Jimmie on bass.
Sure.
Well, just throwing that out there.
Oh, you're a pretty good manager.
All right, well, let's get another song out of Born Lonesome because time is ticking by right now. What are we going to hear?
We're going to do Mountain Man.
Yep.
Okay. This song is originally recorded by
Mountain Heart.
Mountain Heart.
Yeah, song I grew up listening to, so excited to play it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3.
I live on a mountainside. I've raised a family and I made a life. I've never known no other way. The mountain man is here to stay. Amen. Can't buy a concrete city by their beaches and their sand. Count your gold and silver, hold your diamonds in your hand. Cut down on the mighty mountain temporary stand. You can't buy a mountain man. Morning light I see men with guns among the trees. Inside my family safe and warm, peaceful time before the storm. With scattered thoughts I grab my gun while praying to God's only Son. Lord, I don't know just what to do. Please see this mountain family through. You can't buy a concrete city by their beaches and their sand. Count your gold and silver, hold the diamonds in your hand. Cut down on the mighty mountain temporary stands. You can't buy a mountain man.
That was a good one. Mountain Man right here on the Live Music Showcase with Born Lonesome. And so next week, on the Live Music Showcase, we have Colleen Orender from Nashville, and she's described as sultry jazz dream with pop sensibilities and a touch of James Bond. So that is next Friday on the Live Music Showcase right here from 2 to 3. And coming up next after the Live Music Showcase is Reverend Billy C. Wirt's Rhythm Revival, and then the Bumpy Ride. So not Facebook Live, but right here on 88.5. Hey, that kind of rhymed.
All right. She's rapping now.
So we are listening to Born Lonesome, and I would like to introduce the band one more time. On Fiddle, and we have Steve Durrwachter.
That's right.
I have it written down the way you're supposed to pronounce it. Jimmie White on guitar, and Lamont Goff on mandolin and tenor vocals. And then we have Chad Spikes on lead vocals and guitar, and then Claybo Varnum on upright bass and baritone vocals, and Royce Burt on banjo. And that is Born Lonesome, who was born in February. So, and on social media, if you're looking for you guys, Facebook page is Born Lonesome, right?
Correct.
And your web page is bornlonesomemusic.com. And it looks like you guys have a lot of open dates. So if you want to hire these guys, that's where you would go.
Fill them up.
All right. Fill them up. All right. So we only have about 11 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and get another song out of you.
We're going to do Appalachian Sky. This is an original song that I wrote about the demise of my sister. So this is about girls who get caught up in the drugs and alcohol, and unfortunately it didn't end well. So this was a very therapeutic song for me. So right. Another misty morning in the moonlight hours and countless sleepless nights. Another holiday in an all-night stay, another trick to pay her high. Now somewhere down that old dirt road, a family's nightmare comes to life. Yeah, that's where someone's wayward daughter's gone, and it's not the first time. Well, it started when she was just 14 and her parents parted ways. Her mama died, daddy killed himself in an alcoholic rage. Touched by the hand of death, feeling desperate and betrayed. Hanging with the outcast crowd, taught her to numb the pain. Appalachian sky, Lord, tell me why did she have to leave and be taken from my life? Appalachian rain, hiding screams fill the pain. Won't you free me from this cross? I bet for just one day. Another hit of this, another snort of that, another shot into her veins. Another John, a pimp, a long haul trucker, I know one of them's to blame. And in their killing fields, man, they're working them like slaves. And it'll be the death of them if one day they don't change. How could you turn your heads and backs on them as one by one they die? These girls were once young with goals and dreams and aspirations in their eyes. Man, something smells round here with the sheriff in this town. Looks like nothing's gonna change unless we hunt them down. Appalachian sky, Lord, tell me why did she have to leave and be taken from my life? Appalachian rain, hiding streams fill the pain. Won't you free me from this cross? I bet for just one day. Appalachian sky.
Beautiful song, Chad. Very nice. So we are listening to Born Lonesome and on the live music showcase right here. And if you want to see them again, only next week, they will be at the 40th Annual Thanksgiving Bluegrass Festival at Sertoma Youth Ranch. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you are playing 2 slots on Saturday. Congratulations on that. My name is Bobby Dusenberry, host of today's live music showcase, and we have about 6 minutes, so definitely enough for one song. If you want to squeeze another one in there, it's gonna be all songs from here on out. So what you got?
We're going to do another original. This one is written by Royce, and it's called Frog Strangler.
Okay.
Bobby, do you know what a frog strangler is?
No.
This is back. The reason that got this title, I usually sit on my back porch and play, and we had rain. Remember when we had all that rain in the spring?
Yeah.
It just rained every
day. It's like
day?
May, I think.
We always call those real heavy rains frog stranglers.
Aw.
So
that's cute.
So I'd like to hear it. Here it goes.
So here's one for Bobby called Frog Strangler.
All right. I'm so glad there wasn't any lyrics to Frog Strangler. Well, guys, we just have 1 minute left or so, but you know what? This is Born Lonesome on the Live Music Showcase. Let's go out with a song because the folks that are on YouTube are still hearing this. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark, camera crew, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And
We're going to do Carolina in the Pines.
all right.
She came to me, said she knew me, said she known me a long time. And she spoke of being in love with every mountain she had climbed. And she talked of trails she walked up far above the timberline. From that night on, I knew I'd write songs with Carolina in the Pines. There's a new moon on the 14th, first quarter, the 21st, and the full moon in the last week brings a fullness to the earth. There's no guesswork in the clockwork of the world's part or mine. There are nights I only feel right with Carolina in the Pines. As the frost shows on the window and the wood stove smokes and glows and the fire grows, it can warm our souls watching rainbows in the cold. And we'll talk of trails we walked up far above the timberline. There are nights I